Hello, my name is Leila Sanchez, and this is my assignment 4.1 More Features Overview. This is my level 3 I created. I just added on to my midterm assignment. So to start, I created an array under my exploder component. So let's look at that. So it's called actors to push, and I used this in my sparkle explode function. So that is right here where I set actors to push, and I call it in a for each loop as well. This determines to only affects my physics bow class, looking at the sphere overlap actors rather than every static mesh actor within the class. And this is linked to my custom variable explosion radius for the sphere radius for the sphere overlap actor. Notable mention, I use this for each loop here. And this just ensures that for each item in the array, in this case the physics bows, that the physics is set to on with this checkbox right here. And then I ran 3 functions following this over here. Get vector from source to target, get force by distance, and add impulse at location, which comes with the Unreal Engine function. The target elements or objects are the array element from this loop body for each loop. And to explain randomness in Unreal, let's look at my video maker blueprint I created. Perfect. So this is what I decided to run with. I created a random stream variable right here that doesn't need to be exposed. And I used a set stream seed right here, and this just gives you more control over randomness since it will be the same seed spawn on every load rather than a completely random one. I also included some nodes that could be substituted within this same code block here to return different things. I included in this top section up here that if you plug it into on event begin play, it will use a random seed within a range right here, random integer in range from stream, set random seed, and then that would in turn set the random stream seed for you, dragging the list of topics array out and getting the last index of that array and setting that as the maximum. This is also gives you the same output as last index in case you're working in another engine that doesn't have the last index node. Moving on, looking down here, we can also plug in our random stream to a random boolean with weight, or better known as change, from stream function, or chance, I'm sorry. This can be used with a branch to either determine if the player pawn will hit a specific target or determine chance for rarity of loot drops, just to name a few examples of possible implementations. Now for physics, I created this physics bow blueprint that uses force against it when in range of my spark exploding bottle blueprint. This is the only code I have on my physics bow just to ensure physics is set to enable. On here, I just attach my exploder component and set it to explode on event actor begin overlap. Just to quickly illustrate the functionality of these two together in conjunction with the exploder component, I'm going to open up my test level rather than this, only to save my GPU. Opening here, it's in the third person maps, third person map. I just use this as my test level to test all my components to make sure that they are working properly before implementing them in a intense scene. Let's go a little bit more in depth about the exploder component that I created. I also use inverse proportions under the function get force by distance. Let's look at that right here. To ensure the closer a bow is to the spark exploding bottle, the explosion force will increase. We can look at the return right here from the divide node to give us the percentage of sphere overlap, and then take this value and subtract from 1 right here, which would then be our multiplier by our explosion force, resulting in the amount of force we want to return as an output. So let's play my test level for the quick demo on inverse proportions and sphere overlap actor. Alright, and to play the level, might be a lot going on, might take a second to load. Definitely better than loading a bigger level though. Alright. And you'll see I have some moving actors, my physics bows, and then when I overlap with the pink one, boom, they all explode, different directions, and they sparkle. Perfect. Really quickly, I'd also like to show how I used the sequence node on my third-person blueprint right here. And I just use this because you can't double call on event begin play, just to enable input for the player controller. And also I called my get actors of all class, my glowy statue, and then I set that there, this array. Also right above here I have my on Q key press. We are going to get the nearest glowy statue and call it to glow as true. And when Q is released, we are going to get the nearest glowy statue and turn it off. Let's also take a quick look at my glowy statue blueprint. This one right here. Pretty simple. I created a function called glow that goes to a branch, and if this input boolean custom parameter is true, then we shall set the intensity, starting intensity of the point light. as the starting intensity for the point light, and if it's false, then we're going to set it as 0, making it not glowing. Looking at the event graph, this just is going to set our starting intensity at 0. So until the key Q is pressed, it's not going to glow. Now let's play or demo my newly created level. Sorry if it's a bit slow. My level 3 pathway. This is my arena scene, player spawn point, my glowing statues, landmines. I got points going on, my end point, finish game. Alright, let's start it. I'm not going to talk too much while playing because the explosions are quite loud and you won't be able to hear me anyway. But when you press Q, the nearest statue is going to glow once you're within range of it. So, pretty cool. And I just put that written there. Press and hold Q to light statue pathway while avoiding obstacles. I'll do my best. There's another one. See, I made the game. It's no fair that I play. See if I get an extra life. Yes, I did. But I put these statues all along the pathway. Sorry if I skipped a few. I'm just concentrated on not dying. Apologies, but I put them all along so it's like a maze. Obstacle course maze. I'm gonna die. And I died. Okay, let's try that again. Even though you make a game, it definitely doesn't mean you're gonna be good at it. Let me try to avoid the obstacles as much as possible. Forgetting to press Q. But yeah, as you go through, if you were lost at any point, you just press this and it kind of lights your path so you know you're going the right way. And over here, I implemented my exploding bottles as well as it is exposed. My graphics card cannot really handle all that going on. But over here, you run into the game over screen, and that's it. I also uploaded my completed midterm game to a public folder temporarily within my Google Drive, which I will link on either my Weebly website, or I was thinking about using WordPress since the free version looks a bit easier, just to begin working on boards for graduation. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.